Hello, everyone. First of all, thanks to be here and in name of my team. Thanks for the opportunity for this hackathon. We are very excited with this project. My name is Edison, and this project is called Towards Enhanced RAC Accessibility, Leveraging Dataset and LLMs. So we are going to be very happy if you can support us with a like in our model and our space and also in our dataset. So you can scan the QR code and let's see what we did. So the first thing is, where is RAC? RAC is basically a Colombian aeronautical regulation. So this is basically very necessary in the field because if, for example, if you are not an expert and you need to know some information for that, it's going to be very hard because first, how do you know from which data, from which regulation belongs the information that you are searching? So, and also that information have a big technical and complicated aspects. Maybe it's complicated for us that are not from the field to understand. So, for example, if you want to sell some snacks for some airlines, it's going to be very complicated to know what is the process for that. But you need to follow the regulation. So, with that in mind, we get a big motivation, and it was to improve the accessibility of that information from the RAC. So with that in mind, we get we say what if we use large language models to make Colombian aeronautical regulation more accessible and understandable for aviation, professional, and the general public. That was our goal. That was our objective. And with that in mind, we wrote three different specific objectives. The first one was to develop a comprehensive dataset from the initial RACs, from the first five for LM training. The second one was to collaborate with industry and academic experts for dataset annotation and refinement to improve the quality of that dataset. And the third one was to train the LLMs with the correct dataset and evaluate the LLMs' performance in their responses. And with that in mind, I want to say, and I need to say, thanks for the collaboration with the Fundación Universitaria de Libertadores. We did a great contribution, and also for our label team, Alex, Danny, Sergio, and Felipe. They are experts from that university, from the Aeronautical Bachelor in Colombia, in Bogota. So they was helping on a lot with the data set and also with the evaluation in the model. So with that in mind, we have a methodology and is divided in four phases. The first one is the data set generation, in where we took we have a database with all the RACs PDFs. We took one of them, and when we took a PDF, we transformed to a text, and then a text format, and then we enter into a loop, and in that loop we read each 2 pages. Why 2 pages? Because we don't want to lose information, so we are overlapping the information, and then we send that information to the GPT API or for some open source model to generate the samples. What is the sample for us? A question and answer, a page, and a RAC number. With that in mind, if we have more pages in the PDF, we are going to continue this loop. If we don't have more pages in the PDF, we are going to continue with another PDF. If we don't have more PDFs in our database, we are going to return the dataset with all the samples. So with that in mind, we pass to the second phase, that is the labeling. The labeling, we mount the RAC dataset into a Hugging space using Agila framework. Agila, it was a framework especially used for annotators. So there it was improved the question and answers of the samples, and at the same time the rank quality of the sample was doing from 1 to 5. If the quality was less than 3, it's going to be discharged the samples. If the quality is upper than 4, it's going to be stored the modification from the annotators, and then when we have all the labeling complete, we push the final version to a Hugging phase. The third phase is the modeling fine-tuning, in where we employed a pre-training language model and fine-tuned it in our labeled dataset to learn the specific patterns and context of aviation. Also, the fine-tuning process involved an optimization of the model parameters in an iteratively way to reduce the use of computational resources and improve the training times. This part is very important, the validation and evaluation. The annotators do the evaluation manually on the responses generated by the training model. The mean and the median are extracted in each of the racks, and in general way to measure the performance of the model in the quality of its responses. So some of the results, we generate a model, we generate a dataset with approximately 25,174 samples. We was training 8 different versions with different quality of the data. We use a Gemma as our pre-trained model with the 2B instruction and the 1.1 version, the last one. Also, we use techniques of PF Culora to reduce the use of these big GPUs with on a slot, and then we apply flash attention to improve the training time. And with that, we train in the last version in a RTX 3090 GPU. Some of the evaluations that was doing by the team of labeling and the experts was that the LLM was get a general score of 7 in a medium and with a mean of 5.6. This was doing in a 276 tests. So with that in mind, here is our model. If you want to check, please, if you can support us with a like, we are going to be very happy. So this is the space if you want to try it. Here you write the question and you are going to have the answer, the page, and the RAC, the regulation that is below that answer. So it is very important for people that need that the data be very precise. With that in mind, as conclusion, we created the first dataset in the domain of aeronautical regulation in Colombia. And also we labeled that dataset with experts to get a high quality dataset. We train LLM models to see what happened with that data, and we also evaluate that model. So maybe our model can be improved with more epochs because we only train with 2 epochs, so that is important. We enhance the accessibility for the RAC, so we are happy with that. So if you have some question, please don't hesitate to contact with us, and that is all. See you later.